Hello and welcome back to the top 100 maps of all time with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very welcome. Now today at number 40, it's a treat for me because not only is it one of my very favourite creators, I've covered this many times in the series so far and there will be a few more to come, this isn't their last map, but it's also a map that I completely forgotten about. In fact, so much so, I don't think I've got any recollection of this map at all. So it's going to be a real treat for me because I'm going to be seeing this map almost like it's the first time I've seen it. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Just enjoying a map and how beautiful it can be. Anyway, today at number 40 with a 91.25% approval rating. That's right, no 91%ers, straight into 91.25. This is O'Higgins Valley by Wafthrudnir. Now this is inspired by an area in southern Chile near the border of Argentina. It was uploaded to the workshop in November of 2021. It requires 37 items off of the workshop, but no DLC. And amongst those items, there is a theme mix, which includes Coos Bay, Stray Cats Territory and Nature Reserve, Alps Dolomites, and Relight to Natural. Now, at the time of recording, it has 5,144 subscribers. 465 of those have marked it as a favourite. It has a 4-star rating on Steam from 138 votes. I reviewed this in episode 1386 of What Map, where I gave it 4 stars for aesthetics, 4 for detail, and 4 for gameplay potential. So, the start square is right slap bang middle of the map, which on this particular map I think makes a lot of sense. We've got a very interesting, very beautiful looking river system going on here with lakes as well. And the best route to get us to the start square, I think I'm going to come in from here. Solely because it's very central and these two routes more or less go straight there. I don't think we're going to get much of a ground view otherwise. So I'm going to start in the top corner of the map over here. We'll take a right when we get to the junction, and that should bring us into, we'll start the simulation up, that would be good. That should bring us into the middle. We've got some custom roads. I don't recall which ones they were, but I was already subscribed to them. They're definitely not network extensions too. That's one thing I can tell you, just by eyesight choice. But yeah, I mean, if you want to subscribe to the map, you're going to need the custom roads. I think I remember seeing on the workshop page a link to Ron the network replacer, just in case you don't like these particular roads and you want to swap them out for something else. And Ron the network replacer is literally a one-click solution for that. You can get rid of all of one sort of network, replace it with another sort of network, and you're good and golden. It's very similar to Bob the prop and tree replacer, except for networks. And what an amazing mod, and what a good looking map. What a good looking map. I don't think it's one of these maps that has all the bells and the whistles and all the tricks and all the feature areas. I mean, I might be wrong, we might discover some, but what we've got is just a real good feeling map with plenty of buildable space in the middle, which we haven't got to yet because we're following, like I say, the long way in. Got a little loop back there to bring the highway back down to a sensible height. We also seem to have a bit of stuck traffic. This happens from time to time. Or is it just... Yeah, for some reason, this goon here is just being a pain. Is everybody going to move now? As long as that car doesn't stop there as well. There we go. So yes, everything's flowing again now. It's alright, that truck would have despawned in time and everything would have got flowing. But it happens. It happens, it's just a game, isn't it? It's just a game. That's all it is. Anyway, yeah. Oh, look at the shapes of the hills there. Really dramatic. Really striking. and I'm just loving the vibe. This Southern America. Don't get many South American maps. It's there's a lot, obviously, a lot of Europe, a lot of North America, and then a little bit of Asia, Japan. Head down to Australia, New Zealand. We see quite a bit from down that area as well. Then when you get to the other parts of the world, there's not really huge amounts. I mean, yes, with South America, we've seen the Rio de Janeiro maps over and over and over again, classically. We see a few from India, obviously plenty from China recently, although not very many of a massively high standard from China. But then you get something like this, which it's just a little different. It's got a really good feel to it. We've got, again, the Coos Bay theme, which most of us, I did see that comment from somebody a few episodes ago. Sorry, I don't recall who you were, but I did read it, and you're entitled not to like the Coos Bay theme. You're entitled to. I mean, you're wrong. Oh, no, I'm just kidding you. This is all subjective, isn't it? It's all subjective. Some people don't like my channel. Can you believe that? I can. Anyway, we've got there's your intersection, very smoothly done. We've got intersection marking tool in operation as well. We won't talk about the chevrons because, yep. We've been there before. Regulars to the show and to the channel will already know what I'm alluding to there. We're not really here to pick holes in the map. We've already done that with the reviews. What we're here to do is we are here to just enjoy the map and just accept that we've got a blessing of maps. The very best maps on the workshop, which, I mean, this top 100 as voted by you. I mean, there are a good few others. There were a few that on WhatsApp before we started doing the viewer's choice, the actual voting, things like Clara. That was out and about before we started doing the voting. We did catch up with a few maps once the voting had started, but yeah, there are a few that will just be omitted just because. But in terms of we've seen many of the best maps. We've seen many of the best maps. And oh, I remember this. Actually, Wafthrudnir, I remember this. Yes. I mean, it's the only part that I remember so far, but I do remember that as the start square. And there we go. And that's where you can start building. Interesting shapes to work with there. We do have a very large cleared area here for the big bulk of the city. Head across the river. How you get across there is up to you. A couple of little bridges maybe. I'm sure you'll find a way across that. It's an interesting central partition there. You've got to get across. Well, we've got this crossing here, which you've already come across. But you're definitely going to want, I think, probably a bridge here. And there may be another crossing up this way somewhere, I imagine. But definitely a bridge at this location. Just to tie up the middle area. You've got a huge space up there to work into as well. Around the lakes. And then over here, we've got a really lovely chunk of land there. It's a really lovely gameplay map in terms of the amount of space that you've got to work with. That you don't have to hold back in terms of size either. It's just really chunky for size. Very flat, very playable. We do have some accessible hills as well if you want to get up and do a little bit of hill towns, that kind of thing. The shapes of the rivers just are really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. Great work with Coos Bay as well with the sand painting. Great work. It's such a joyous theme. I think so anyway. I think so. But of course we're mixed in with Alps Dolomites and Nature Reserve as well here. The rock work's a little bit unusual, I think, with the okay, we've got a little bit of pop-in. Never used to have this sort of problem with pop-in, but the rock work's a little bit unusual in the way that it's been done. But yeah, the lot on the rocks there isn't too great, is it? I'm sorry about that. It's only since the update something's a little bit weird with my my draw distance. I'll play about with the settings at some point, see if I can get that fixed. And then we have little wetland area over. Just look how dribbly it is over here. It's just dribbly. Lots of grasses on the go as well. When we get down, see the grasses once that's spawned in. Very nice. Hills look good. Hills look very good as well. And then we've got a little river over here as well. Let's take in the little river. Yeah, little river going up to the lake up there too. It's just a really good map. I think for this map, yeah, it's an unusual aesthetic. We've got some great rivers, but we just got a really good sized city build area that's just a little bit different in terms of shape and dimensions. So yeah, that is what makes O'Higgins Valley by Wafthrudnir such an outstanding map, and why you guys rated it really highly too. And speaking of rated really highly, we've got another one coming along tomorrow. I'm gonna have to get my my tongue trained for tomorrow because it is of a foreign dialect, and you know what I'm like. My German and all other languages are really poor, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of training between now and then. So join me for that one, won't you? But anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, and of course a big shout out to all the BonBon buddies on Patreon and YouTube membership for supporting the channel. You guys really are the very, very best. Have a great day, and I will see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.